What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today's video, my college football picks of the week. We got some championship game predictions to go over. But just in general, today's video, I do have a lot to cover. And let's just start with it, guys. Let's just get it out of the way. One of the more devastating losses I've ever had here on the YouTube channel. It's not a premium thing. It's more for fun. We did take profit out along the way, so it didn't cost us a penny. But the ladder challenge falls short there on the Eagles plus 3.5. Plus 3.5. I mean, I wanted to just go with the money line. I thought they'd cover the spread. I still don't believe in the Bears. I still think the Bears are a completely fake Fugazi team that will come crashing down, probably not even win a single playoff game. Eagles at home, man, off that loss, and the funk is back. It is real. We've seen this before with this Eagles team, and I just cannot believe it's happening again. Eagles plus 3.5 cost us the ladder challenge. We were 2 bets away from successfully completing it, taking $100 in a $10,000. So again, happy we took profit there at that one interval, so we didn't end up in the red. And I am going to run it back. I decided to take Saturday and Sunday off. I know a lot of you guys were looking for tickets there after that Thanksgiving Black Friday combination play came up 1 pick short. But I'm going to run it back, and I'll be running it back on Thursday. I think it's a great game for props. I think it's a great game. Just the game script. I'll explain more for Thursday, but just know the ladder challenge day 1 will be back for Thursday night football. I'm going to cook up a same game parlay for you guys. And also college basketball. It's deeply in the mix now. Now that college football, although we still have the playoff and although we still have the championship games this week, the volume of college football has fallen off a cliff. So now it allows me, those of you who've been with my channel for years, you know the way I kind of do things. I like to focus on one sport at a time that's paying me tons of money, put all my effort into it. That was football season. I know a lot of people have been waiting for the college basketball content. Here we go. Wait no longer, guys. Today, I'm recording this video on a Tuesday. I know the slate is unbelievable. Iowa, Michigan State, UConn, Kansas. I did send out 2 more bets, 2 premium. You guys can see here on the screen, at the bottom of the screen, I am undefeated this year in college basketball. I've been keeping it light. I usually like to let an entire month of college basketball kind of go by for the most part, just watching the games, just building my mental sample size before I really start firing. And once we get into the groove, anybody who's been with my channel for years, you guys know I fire almost every single day in college hoops. On a Saturday or a Monday or a Tuesday or a Wednesday slate, those main days of college basketball, if you're on my premium text list, you can expect anywhere from 2 to 7 wagers on any given day, and sometimes more than that. But hey, for YouTube channel, my prediction on every single game, every single day in college basketball, probably going to go ahead and fire that up tomorrow on Wednesday. So look forward to that. Definitely hit that subscribe button. Be sure to drop a like on today's video as well. I always appreciate the likes on these videos, getting you guys as many winners as I possibly can. Can't pick them all right, but I pick most right. So hopefully it's been helping you cash tickets. Update on premium, I guess, before we jump into these games. And I might even be forgetting other stuff. I've been traveling. You guys see I'm back in North Carolina. Look, I have 0 travel plans. You guys have seen the videos over the summer and stuff. I was in New York. I was here. I was in New York. I was here. I took one last trip. It always kind of throws me off just a little bit. Really through like the NBA playoffs, through like next summer, I'm not moving anywhere. I'm going to be right here with you guys every single day, really locking in. So yeah, you guys can look forward to that. Just more content coming up. But I wanted to give you guys an update here. I did put the official numbers in the post section, as I always do. I had a horrible week. I went heavy on the Chiefs. I went heavy on the Eagles. Eagles cost us the ladder. They cost us a bunch in premium. You guys can see the individual details there of each wager I made in premium and how much was on it. Yeah, I mean, that's the way it goes sometimes, you know. Sports betting, you can't win every single week, and the expectation to win 52 weeks out of the year is completely ridiculous. So had a nasty week, but you can still see on the bottom of the screen, now that college football is winding down, just combine the records there. Football season as a whole, even with a nasty week that we just came off of, losing over 20 units of profit, I'm still up over 20 units of profit. So you guys can also see there on the screen the last time that I had a losing week, because yes, I do lose some, but it is rare. Of course, I win most. You guys see me year after year stack the money in all these sports, making all these wagers. But the last times combined, the last losing week in both college football and the NFL combined the following week, the bounce back week for me has always been strong. Like I said, my winning percentages are elite. It is extremely rare that I lose multiple weeks in a row. Usually it's like I win a few weeks, we stack a bunch of money, give a little bit back, and then that repeats. So you can see the record there on the screen, a record of 9-1-1, up about 20 units of profit. The last time I did have a losing week combined in both college football and the NFL. So today, this week, yeah, it's a bounce back week. I'm expecting huge profits again. Great time to join premium. You avoided a really, really nasty loss if you weren't on the text list. For clients that have been on the list for longer term, they're already deep in profit from the money we've been stacking over time. So no big deal to them. Yeah, if you're not on the text list, join right now. It's a bounce back week. I expect huge profits. I've already sent out a bunch of picks. Around half a dozen college basketball picks are picking up in volume as well. Fantastic time to be on premium. So wanted to give you guys an update on that. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I'm definitely going to be dropping a lot more content here, probably like even 2 videos a day, 2 or 3 videos a day between football, between college hoops. I just want to talk about things more. I want to do deeper dives into some of these games. The ladder challenge is going to be in the mix as long as we have football season around. So, yeah, man, I'm pretty stoked here. We're going to go on a heck of a run here with both content and premium. A great time to be involved here on the channel. So with that being said, I think that's pretty much an update. I know you guys hate it when I ramble too long, but I got to be transparent. I got to told you I lost some money. I got to put the new records on the screen. I got to fill you in on what's coming up here on the channel. So now you know we're all squared away. We got a new week ahead. Let's win some money. Let's do this thing. Let me share the screen with you guys. I'm going to bring up Pickett Sports. We're going to try to pick some of these games. These are tricky. These are tricky in my opinion. And actually, man, it still makes me so sad to look at that. I got to update the top of the screen because, yeah, we're not on the next level of the challenge. Yeah, I guess that works. College football prediction show. Let's do it. We got Troy. We got JMU here. Boy, this is a lot of points, but JMU needs style points, A lot of fluctuation here, depending on what sports book you use. You can see Fanatics and MGM there are a field goal apart just about. That's a significant swing. I'm going to look at JMU. I think it's a huge number. I think they're going to win comfortably. And if they have a chance, if they have an opportunity to score any last possible points, they're going to go with style points. So I'm going to lay the huge number on JMU there. Kennesaw State and Jacksonville State, I'll go ahead and take the 2.5 points. I think the wrong team's favored. North Texas and Tulane. Boy, I think it speaks volumes that North Texas is the favorite here. Let's take a look at some betting splits. Now it's early in the week. I'm recording this video on a Tuesday, but yeah, kind of as you guys can expect it, we're getting a public underdog developing here on Tulane. Now the spread is 2.5. A lot of you guys could make the argument, and I agree, that most of the early handle on this game could just be money line picks. And if that's the case, then yeah, we definitely have some sharp action on North Texas. I like North Texas here. Don't get involved with 2.5 points in college football, especially when the money line's less than -130. I like North Texas there on the money line. I think they're going to win the game outright. UNLV and Boise, probably take the 4.5 in that one. And now we can finally get to some real football. Well, let's get one more out of the way. Miami, Ohio, Western Michigan. And honestly, we could put Duke and Virginia in this category as well for just fake football. It's actually crazy that Duke somehow, some way might sneak into the playoff. Absolutely insane. I'll talk about that in a second. Miami, Ohio, Western Michigan. I'm going to take 2.5. I'm going to go with Miami, Ohio. Yeah, I like that one. BYU, Texas Tech. So let me just look on my phone real quick. Actually, I'll just do it on the screen so you guys can see it. Let's go back. Let's go back to BYU football. And I'll share the screen in a second. Let me just pull this up. Now you guys can see. So we can see this. November 8th, 29-7. 29-7. Total yards, 368 to 255. Passing about even. Rushing, pretty different. Yards per play, not crazy. Look, I think the score was a little bit lopsided. And I was all over Texas Tech in that game. I remember giving it out in the prediction show. I wanted to fade BYU even before that game came up. I thought there were certain spots where they should have lost. Didn't quite get there. Man, it's hard to beat a team twice. It's hard to beat a team twice and by margin. Texas Tech, they don't really need the style points. They just got to take care of business here. I think the spread's just a hair too big. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. The second time around, you're more familiar with the team. I think it'll be lower scoring. Maybe look at an under in a game like this, but 13.5, sure. Give me the points with BYU. Texas Tech by 7 to 10. I think the spread is just a bit north of where it should be. I don't think there's a lot of value there on either side. I don't want to go against Texas Tech, but I don't really want to bet on them after they absolutely smash BYU the first time and they're in a position where they don't really need to win by 50. They don't at all. So I'm going to take as many points as I can get with BYU. If it was under 10, I'd probably flip back to Texas Tech or just pass. But at almost 2 full touchdowns, a 13.5 on Fanatics, I got to look at BYU in that one. Georgia and Alabama. Wow. The line is actually shorter than what I thought. I would have thought this would have been maybe a 4. Wow. Look, let me say this. First and foremost, for this particular game, Georgia and Alabama. If you're on the tide here, regardless of my opinion, if you like Alabama, I'm begging you, please take the 3 points. Don't be greedy on the money line. Plus 120, that's not enough. Take the 3 points with Alabama if you like Alabama. And if you like Georgia, I am freaking begging you to just play the money line. Do not lay 2.5. Just head over there to DraftKings. Minus 135 is what it is. We don't always have to have the best odds. We're about winning. And I think it's significant in a game like this. I could see a 27-26, 24-23, 30-28. Like, it's possible, man. If you like Georgia, take the points out of the equation. If you like Bama, get as many points as you can get. I just can't believe in Bama. I just can't get there. And it's, again, just like I said with that last game I predicted, beating someone twice is tough. It's tough. Just the roster, man. The roster and even a little bit of a coaching advantage. Quarterback advantage. I even would lean Georgia a little bit here. I'm going to go Georgia on the money line. That's the way I got to look. I got to look that way. Indiana and Ohio State. We'll actually save this one for the end. Let's jump down here to Duke and Virginia. I'm going to take as many points as I can get with Duke. They're going to win the game outright. It's just ridiculous. I lost some wagers on them over the course of the season. Maybe I won one of them, but I definitely got burnt a couple times. I took them in great spots. Took them at home against Illinois. They were the far, far better team. They were just turning the ball over, and fundamentally, they were horrible. And then I think I took a shot on them one more time against somebody that was just in a fantastic spot. It was just the right time to bet them. They were I think they were a short favorite over Georgia Tech. Maybe it was that game. They're going to get this one. I'll take 3.5 with Duke. I think they're going to win the game outright. And if they lose, honestly, I'd be happy. But it's just the way I would have to pick that one. I'd have to be on Duke and then fade the crap out of them in the playoff, despite how dangerous the roster is. Indiana and Ohio State, man. Indiana and Ohio State. Before we jump into this last game, just one last reminder, guys. I'm coming off a really tough week in football. I think it's my biggest losing week of the year. You can see my bounce back week records combined. That's for NFL and college football after I had a losing week. Almost 20 units gained in the following week. So bounce back position, join premium. You guys can see my combined records at the bottom of the screen. Undefeated in college basketball. And even off just an absolutely brutal week in football, I'm still up over 20 units of profit. So if you want to win this week in college and NFL combined, join premium. I'm bouncing back in a big way. I've already sent out a lot of plays to the text list. And now that college basketball's in the mix a lot more often from this point forward, even more value to be on the text list. So definitely consider that. But here's the big game. I know you guys are interested in this one. Let's see how the market's developing. A lot of Ohio State money. The betting splits look okay, though. More money than bets made on this game, and that's why we're seeing this tick up just a little bit. FanDuel still hanging a 3.5. You know what? Okay, the Michigan game, the Texas game. Look, Texas, you got to throw out the window. Absolutely throw it out the window. And I know Texas, the coach, the fans, anyone making a case for Texas to be in a playoff, they're really trying to leverage. Oh, well, we hung in there and lost a close game to Ohio State. First game of the year, throw it out the window. From the winning and losing side, I'm not going to put any stock into that. In fact, if anything, that was Texas's ultimate sell high spot. That was when Texas was regarded as the highest team. A lot of people were calling for them to be the best team in the country. All the hype about Arch Manning, all the preseason stuff. So I'm not going to put any stock into that game. So you throw that one out. You throw Michigan out because it was so circled, so starred on a piece of paper. It was such a focus spot for Ohio State. They finally get over the hurdle there. The teams aren't even close into talent. I don't think Michigan's that good. I'm not even going to put stock into that. Okay, so we throw those two games out. Then how are we going to measure the Buckeyes? Penn State, bad year for them. How are we going to measure Ohio State? I still don't think we can. This is actually the first test. Indiana, and you guys know I've hated on Indiana a little bit last year and even a little bit, just a tad this year. I still can't quite get around to them. In fact, I did hit a really nice ticket on Penn State over them. It was the only time I had any action with Indiana this year, on them or against them. Cashed Penn State. Look, at the end of the day, I got to see it. I got to see it from Ohio State. They beat Indiana in this game by margin, then and only then I will say, okay, they're the real deal. They're probably the favorite to win it all. They're probably going to repeat. But I have to see it. I have to see it. And with all this money on Ohio State, with all the hype about Ohio State looking dominant, defense this, defense that, against who? Texas offense isn't that good. In fact, it was their defense that was helping them through a lot of those games. Now that's kind of flipped. Now their offense is starting to get going a little, and the defense is giving up some points. And then Michigan's just a physical, defensive-oriented team. So Ohio State, man, all this hype about one of the best defenses in college football that we've seen in a decade. Penn State this year, miserable on offense. Where's the test? Where's the test? What's one good offense? Not team. Just what's one good offense they've faced? And I like the defense. I think it's elite. But we're just overblowing them a little bit, and I think Indiana's live to win this game outright. I'll take 5.5 on ESPN bet. I'm not going to rush to bet it with all the bets coming in on Ohio State. Hopefully this goes up, and hopefully it goes up and up and up and up, and then people chase the steam. And hopefully we can get a +7 on Indiana. Wouldn't that be amazing? Honestly, if this got up to a 7, I'd be a little concerned. If it gets up to 6.5, 6.5, we start seeing buyback on Indiana. That'd be a good sign for Indiana as well. And that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for this market to develop in that manner. I think Indiana is the better team. I'm a little bit more confident, and I don't even have a great resume to judge Indiana either. But Ohio State, I mean, all I have is a week 1 versus the ultimate hype team in Texas when they were maybe at their worst. And they only got by them by what, a touchdown? Michigan, your rival, after so many losses, that was circled at Washington. But look what Oregon did to Washington. Washington's kind of overblown. I don't really have anything to base this on other than gut feeling. And you guys know me. I don't have a computer model. I'm not into analytics. I'm not a computer nerd. I'm just an athlete, and I watch every game. I just watch every single minute of every single game and just develop I basically have a mental model, and it's just gut feeling. Yeah, I watch the games. I just have my own mentality about what I think, and I think Indiana's the right side here. I think they're going to win the game outright. I'll take 5.5 points. They got nothing to lose. The pressure's on Ohio State here. Yeah, anything north of a field goal Give me Indiana in that one. And that's it. Championship games. Exciting week. The playoff will be exciting as well. Again, I'll get you guys predictions in the playoffs. Don't miss those. I absolutely went nuclear in the playoffs last year, won a whole bunch of money. Plan on doing that again. My NFL playoffs, elite, coming off a bad week, bounce back position, college hoops, going to be in the mix from this point forward on a more steady basis. All is good, man. Tomorrow, NFL picks. Tomorrow, college basketball picks. College basketball on a daily basis from this point forward, just like baseball, every pick, every day. So you guys can look forward to college basketball starting to make its way as priority. Is it there yet? No, NFL has clearly taken over as the top spot. But college hoops, man, we are close to being like full gas pedal on college basketball. And that's just exciting. You guys have just consistently seen over years and years and years what I do in college basketball. And that's followed up by NBA playoffs, maybe even more impressive what I do in the NBA playoffs. So ladder challenge here for Thursday night. Just a lot of stuff coming at you. A lot of stuff coming at you. Hopefully you appreciate it. I'm just trying to help you guys make you some money. And if you want to make even more money, you can jump on premium. See you in the next video.